Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am actually in a super chipper mood this morning because I am actually heading straight out of the house. I'm heading straight out today to have a lovely morning at Limewood. If you don't know Limewood, it is literally one of my favourite places here in Hampshire. It's just got the most beautiful vibe. It's kind of similar to Tooting but a little bit smaller and a little bit more low-key. So I love going there just for coffees, for lunch, for dinner, for drinks. It's one of my favourite places. It's the most beautiful manor in the middle of the Hampshire countryside, in the middle of the New Forest. It's just so beautiful. So I'm actually heading there first thing this morning for a coffee. So super quick check-in for me. I thought I would show you my outfit of the day. I'm actually super casual because other than Limewood, I don't really have any other plans to leave the house. So I've literally just got on a cute little pair of wide leg trousers and a cashmere roll neck. I'm wearing my favourite ivy and oak coat, which you guys literally adore, and it is just my favourite as well. I love it so much. I definitely think I need more from the brand because it's just the highest quality, the most beautiful fabric, and I always get so many compliments when I wear this. I've just got on my little mulberry bag. I think I need to shorten the strap a little bit because it's sitting a little bit low. I think now that we're coming into spring and I'm wearing a lot less layers, it's kind of sitting a bit lower than it used to, so I think I need to adjust the strap on this. But love my mulberry Alexa and also just love how well it pairs with this coat. And then I'm actually wearing, would you believe, trainers? Could not tell you the last time that I have worn trainers, but I was doing some styling recently, and for a bit more of like a casual way that I was styling an outfit, I started up with a pair of beiges, and I was like, you know what, I really like how this looks. It's just a cute little pair of kind of like sneaker-esque beige trainers, and I really like how it looks with the wide leg. I feel like it really works with the outfit and just makes it a little bit more casual. So yeah, super quick outfit of the day before we head out to Limewood. I'm not gonna lie though, it feels very good not to have 10,000 layers on underneath my outfit. I'm starting to really feel the spring vibes and really feel the transition towards the new season. It's getting me very excited, but I need to go get going. Love my outfit of the day, ready for some serious coffee at one of my favourite places in the world. So I am back from Limewood now. It's a little while later. I feel like I'm looking a little bit dishevelled because after our coffees we went for a walk around the grounds. We had the loveliest coffees. The staff there, honestly, just the friendliest. Like, the coffees are top notch as well, like to die for. They do such good lattes, and they even brought us like some biscuits to have with our coffee as well, which was so kind. And we literally just snuggled ourselves up in the corner. They had the fire roaring for us. It was out when we first arrived, so the guy came and put the logs on, put the fire on, however you call it. I don't really know the terminology, but he got the fire roaring for us, and we were just snuggled in a little corner seat having the loveliest time. So a top way to spend the morning. And then we just had a little walk around the grounds because it's absolutely stunning there. So gorgeous. I love it so much. So yeah, and I've come home to a rather exciting update and a little bit of progress with the home renovations. Our sofa has arrived and is currently looking like this. It doesn't quite look like a sofa just yet, but the snug delivery has been made. The boxes are here. It's one of the things I do love about Snug actually, is that the sofas are modular, which means that they come in the boxes. So it's really handy if you're like us and you maybe don't have like the biggest space to kind of like put them in. Obviously we're waiting for like the switch over from the old sofa to the new sofa, so it's really handy because it means that we can kind of like do it in progression, if that makes sense. And it also means that you don't have to worry about like cutting the sofa in half or trying to get it through the front door, because it comes in boxes and it's modular. It also means that you can chop and change it, you can switch things up. Like if you maybe move somewhere and the sofa's not quite big enough, you can add a couple of extra modules to it. Or if you move somewhere and maybe it's too big, you can take away a module. Like it's so clever in its design. So I'm really excited about the fact that the sofa has officially arrived, and it means that tomorrow we can start putting it up and styling it together. Our old sofa is being collected tomorrow, so I think we're just gonna have to live like this for one evening. It's not the end of the world. Like, it's not really blocking anything, so we can still sit on our old sofa for tonight, have a bit of a movie night tonight, and a bit of a last hurrah with our old gorgeous IKEA sofa. I do love that sofa, like considering it was literally £500, it was so affordable, it was all we could get at the time. I love it. I absolutely love it and would recommend it to anyone. So I'm definitely going to miss our old sofa, but I'm so excited to get the new one up and start styling it, because Cloud Sunday. I can't wait to see how squishy this is. Goodness me, I have not been the best vlogger today. It is quite a while later now since I last spoke to you. I've just been downstairs cracking on with some work, doing a little bit of admin, and I always find that as soon as I start doing like emails and admin work, I just get completely lost in it. But I was interrupted by a knock at the door, and I'm actually super excited about this. I feel like this has arrived at the perfect time. It's currently about 4:30 and I'm kind of ready to clock off from work, give myself a little bit of a pamper this evening and enjoy what is in this box. Now you might recognise from the packaging, this is actually a box from L'Occitane, which L'Occitane is one of my favourite brands, and I placed a little order for myself because I do really feel like self-care is so important. You guys know how much I'm on a like journey at the moment of just making sure that I'm really using products that kind of like are just helping me to like unwind, relax. I'm really looking into my skincare at the moment and everything that I am wanting to use. So I thought I would show you what is in here because I am so ready for a pamper tonight. And this first product is a literal favourite of mine. This is the Lavande de Haute Provence. It is a foaming bath, bubble bath, bath oil, whatever you want to call it, from L'Occitane with a lavender scent. And oh my word, this is literally heavenly, absolutely heavenly. I've been using this for so long now, and I've had quite a few different products when it comes to like bubble baths and things like that, bath oils, bath soaks, and this is one that I just always come back to. I feel like the lavender scent is what does it for me. Like it just makes it so relaxing, so nourishing, and I absolutely adore it. It doesn't create too many bubbles, but it creates a really good amount of bubbles, and I actually decided to get a refill of it as well. And I do actually already have a pot of this, but it just means that I can have like 2 on the go, and this is the refill pouch that they do. And that's one thing that I love that L'Occitane does. They really focus on the reusability, the kind of recyclability of their packaging, so to make sure that you're not having to buy the full aluminium tube every time, you can just get the refill, which is so great. So a really lovely one to have a top up of that, and then a couple of skincare bits to add into my routine, which I am just loving. As you guys know, I've really stripped back my routine recently when it comes to my skin, and I feel like it's really helping, but I'm starting to get a little bit more ready to start adding in a few different products and a few things that are really going to like help just add that extra oomph into my skin. So the first one is the Immortelle. Now I have reintroduced this back into my skincare and I really feel like it is helping. This is the Immortelle Reset Overnight Serum, but this is the eye serum, and I've not tried this before, but I'm really looking into different products that can really help with regards to the dryness around my eyes, especially if I've been like wearing makeup all day, if I've been staring at a laptop screen. I feel like you can probably see it in my eyes right now just how tired I am looking, because I've been staring at my laptop all afternoon and I get such tired eyes from that. So I've been looking into a new eye product, and the lady that does my facials recommended using a serum rather than a cream for my eyes, because I'm someone that has very sensitive eyes. I don't do well with thick creams. They get really puffy. They can get quite overwhelmed with heavy products. So she recommended a serum, and because I love the Immortelle serum so much, I thought I would try the eye serum. So really excited about that. That might be a really lovely one to use tonight. And then the other one is the Yunez Divine Youth Oil. Again, it's from the Immortelle range, and this is just absolutely beautiful. A friend of mine uses this and swears by it, and her skin is amazing. So it's a really gorgeous youth serum. So it really just helps with like fine lines, wrinkles, things like that, and just kind of giving your skin a bit of a refresh. I feel like I don't need to worry too much about anti-aging at the moment, because obviously I am in my 20s, but it is something that I'm going to have to start thinking about and start introducing into my routine to make sure that I'm kind of ready to fight those signs when they come. And It just means that I can really look at preventing them rather than fixing them when they do eventually start showing. So really excited about that. So I think I am going to open this baby up and run myself a lovely relaxing bubble bath. I'm going to light a few candles, take my makeup off, get myself really comfy and cozy, and just soak and relax and reset tonight. That is what I need. That is what I need tonight. Good morning, everyone. I am currently just sitting in the kitchen having my morning coffee, and I'm very, very much enjoying my view behind you. It is a couple of days since I last spoke to you. I vlogged on Friday when we went to Limewood, had a bit of an explore around Hampshire, but I decided to take the weekend off from vlogging. So it's currently Monday morning and a lot has happened in the last couple of days. There has been a lot of change and I could not be happier. Let me just show you the view that I currently have. This is my current view, and oh my goodness, I could not have been happier coming down this morning to this. Oh my word, the new sofa is in situ, it's in place, and I couldn't be happier about it. It is just gorgeous. So we unpacked it, unboxed it, and passed our old sofa on to a family friend yesterday, said goodbye to it, gave it our farewell, and got this out. We christened it last night. We had a movie night on here, and oh my word, it's the comfiest thing ever. So it is the Snug Cloud Sunday sofa. I'm going to sit in it whilst we chat because it's just the comfiest thing in the world. It's so squishy, it's so soft. Like, it really is called the Cloud Sunday for a reason, because it literally feels like a cloud when you are sitting on it. It's a little bit higher than our last sofa, which is quite nice actually. Our last sofa was quite low down, so it does feel like you're a little bit higher. It feels so squishy, so comfy, and it really is the most beautiful addition into our kitchen. So I went for the 3-seater with the chaise, so it's pretty much the exact same layout as our old one, because I really liked how that fitted with the space. I really liked how it looked, and having the chaise is so practical. It's convenient, it's got storage underneath it, which is great, and obviously you can lay out, you can snuggle and cuddle on it, and it's just such a lovely place to come to unwind and relax in the evening. Now, with regards to styling, I do feel like I need to do a little bit of styling with it. Let me show you how the kitchen's looking actually, because I have rearranged some furniture a little bit. So obviously we've got the new sofa, and I am thinking that I think I need to get some new cushion covers. Not necessarily new cushions, because they're really, really lovely cushions that I have. Like, they're really good quality. But the sofa that we had before, slash the kind of theme that we had before, because it was white, it was very warm, and this is a much cooler toned sofa. So I've gone for the taupe, which is like a coolly toned beige, and I definitely think that the sofa cushions are the wrong colour for it. They're just too warm in comparison, and I think I actually want something a little bit more of a statement. I'm actually thinking, how nice would it be to get my William Morris print in some cushions on this sofa, just for a little bit more of a statement. I think it would look really, really lovely. I think the rug's okay. The rug is still a little bit warmer, but I don't think that bothers me at all. But I've just brought down my little Jacquemus scarf to use as a little bit of a styling piece on the edge of the sofa, and I think it looks so, so lovely. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to be doing with the kind of like coffee table setup, so I've just got like my lamp, my flowers. It's probably a little bit busy at the moment, so I think I'm going to have a bit of a reorganise of that. This is currently just a big pile of blankets, and I'm not gonna lie, I know it's not the tidiest thing in the world, but I really like it. It's so easy just to pull a blanket out in the evening, chuck it back in the basket, and jobs are good. And so really loving how this looks. And then I've actually moved this little chair. Now this is like my office chair, I think is the best way to describe it. This is my reading chair, this is my laptop chair, this is my admin chair. Like, I really, really love this. It's from Dunelm, it's quite old, but again, it's a lot warmer in tone compared to the sofa. We used to keep it kind of here, but it was actually a little bit in the way sometimes, so I've decided to move it right into the corner. We didn't have anything in this corner before, and it was always looking a little bit bare and a little bit plain, especially since the Christmas tree came down. So we've got the gorgeous IKEA unit bang in the middle, which I really like. And then I've got this chair in the corner. Now if I want to, like if we have more guests, we can always just move it over back to here and we can use it when we're, you know, having a movie night, watching TV, whatever it is we are doing. But this has been such a perfect spot for me to have my morning tea, to go on my laptop, just to sit and be. I really love it. I feel like this is working so well. I've got this gorgeous little grey cushion. This is actually a Laura Ashley one from Next Home, which I really like. I think it works so well with the colour scheme in the kitchen. Shelves I feel like maybe could do with a bit of a restyle soon. I've been letting them slip a little bit. They've been getting a little bit messy, but we can kind of like focus on that a little bit later. This is actually a new purchase. We popped out at the weekend to HomeSense and I picked this up, which is a really gorgeous urn. Now I've decided I'm going to use this for my olive tree, so I'm going to repot that into this one because I really love the size of this. I love the look of it. I think it looks so gorgeous. So I've just done a little like display setup here with like a basket, my little stool, my olive tree. I think it looks quite nice, but again, we can style it up a little bit more. Now, one thing I definitely want to change as well is this side table. So this used to be slotted in the corner here, but this sofa's slightly different to our old one. It's slightly bigger, so it didn't quite fit. So we've just kept it here for now. It definitely doesn't work in the space though. I think it's just too big and too bulky, which is a shame because I love them. They're really practical. These are just like little IKEA side tables, but they've got this like section here so I can put like my laptop and stuff in there. But that is definitely going to have to go, which might mean that I need to replace the one over here as well because they were obviously like a matching set. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but this setup is just making me so happy. I love how it is looking, and I feel like it's just a few things that I want to kind of like change and restyle and kind of rejudge, I guess, now that we've got the new sofa. I feel like this has been like the biggest home project that I have been waiting for. Obviously I've waited such a long time for it to arrive. We had the re-delivery and stuff like that, so it's so exciting that it is finally here. My goodness, my hair is annoying me. I'm so excited about the fact that it is finally here. It's been like the biggest change up and the biggest project in the house so far, and I am so happy about it. As much as I did love that white IKEA Grundig sofa, it was not the most practical thing. Obviously the white looked lovely on camera, but it got so grubby so quickly. You could literally see where you'd been sitting on it because it would just turn like a little bit yellow from where someone had been sitting on it. But it was great. Like you could take the cushions off, you could wash them. It was a fab sofa for our kind of first sofa that we ever bought ourselves. But it's so lovely to have upgraded and updated and have something even more luxurious now. So new sofa, the biggest home project is now complete. Well, as soon as I finish the styling, it will be complete, but it's in, it's here, and I could not be happier. It's funny, I feel like this has become a little bit of a regular spot for us to have a bit of a chat, a catch up, and talk all things like plans, intentions, interiors, and all of that jazz. So I'm just currently sitting in my favorite little chair. This has literally just been my favorite spot for the last couple of days, and I really am loving the interiors at the moment. I feel like I've had like a new lease of life with the new renovations and all of the updates that we've had around the house. I feel like because we moved in May, it was one of those where we kind of just wanted to get in, and then it kind of all just fizzled out, especially in like autumn time. Like I wasn't really as invested in the kind of interiors project, so it's so nice to have that new lease of life and have that like new love for it again. And especially visiting places like Chewton Glen and Limewood, they always give me so much inspiration. It's really funny actually how much your tastes can change and evolve, and I do feel like I can really see that happening with my surroundings and with this house. Obviously our flat was very different in terms of the interior. It was a lot sleeker, it was a lot more modern, it was a lot newer, and so I felt like my style kind of almost like revolved around that and like fit around that. Obviously now being in a much older house, I think this house is 1920s. Obviously it's a much older house, it's pretty much 100 years old, and there's so many gorgeous like features about it that I really love. There's so much character in it, and I really do feel like I want to inject so much more character into my own like interior styling. Like obviously before it was so neutral, my style, it was very like pared back and minimalistic and stripped, whereas I definitely want to inject a little bit more character, a bit more color. I'm thinking like some bold pillows, some bold cushions, and I honestly have got so many photos saved from Chewton Glen and from Limewood that I am basically wanting to copy. I must admit, when it comes to interior styling, I feel like a lot of the time you don't need like an interior stylist. You don't need to like speak to an expert. You just need to go to pretty places and gorgeous hotels, and you can get so much inspiration from what they've done there, because it's obviously like a much more curated version of a lived-in space, which is what I really liked about it. I've had a few questions actually about Chewton Glen as well, because obviously I've shown you so many places around Hampshire now. We've been exploring Hampshire a lot on the vlogs, on my Instagram and everything like that, and I've shown you Limewood a couple of times, but it was my first time visiting Chewton, and it's quite interesting the kind of like similarities and differences between them. Limewood's kind of my go-to at the weekend, just for a coffee, for lunch, just if I want to like have an explore of the grounds. Chewton was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but it's definitely more of like a weekend retreat, I would say. So if you are looking to come down to Hampshire, I always get asked about like recommendations, what I would suggest. I might actually create a bit of a blog post of some like Hampshire recommendations and places that you can visit and things like that. So if you are looking to do a staycation, in terms of whether you want Limewood or Chewton, I would say if you're looking for something that's completely remote, completely like off the grid, it's not off the grid, but you know what I mean, it's off the grid in the sense of it's not close to anything. You can just about walk down to the beach, but that's pretty much all you can do when you stay at Chewton. If you just want to like set up camp and stay there, that's where you want something like Chewton. Whereas if you're looking for something that's a little bit more, we want to go antiques shopping, we want to go exploring like the Hampshire countryside, I'd say Limewood's probably better for you, because Limewood has a gorgeous ground, but a smaller ground, smaller facilities, but it's a lot closer to, obviously it's in Lyndhurst, you've got Bolton's Bench right there, like you've got the horses that are surrounding in the fields, so it's a little bit more if you're wanting to go out and explore, and that I would say is your better kind of base. Otherwise you're going to be driving a lot, so it's completely up to you. But if you are looking to come down, those are two places I would definitely recommend, because I have honestly just loved visiting the both of them, and they really have become quite a staple for me in my kind of like Hampshire countryside life, and they're giving me so much interior inspo at the moment. So I definitely need to go online and have a little look for some new pieces to add in, or maybe some like cushion covers, maybe some more like accessorizing pieces. I really do want to get to a point where I've kind of like curated this space and it is like a perfected space, because I do feel like with my office, that's pretty much checked off and done. The bedroom, that's now checked off and done. The next project after this might be the walk-in wardrobe room, because now that that's no longer Alex's office, we definitely need to update that space a little bit, and we can really utilize the room in there. So that's going to be something that we maybe look at in the near future, but for now it's just all about this space, and especially coming into spring summer, we live in this gorgeous extension. Like I'm so lucky to have this. We've got the big bifold doors, we've got the Velux windows, it's so bright, it's so airy, and it's such a lovely space to be in. So I really want to make sure that it's like completed before spring properly hits. So if you have any like interior recommendations for me, I'm looking at places like obviously HomeSense, Soho Home, John Lewis. I would love to get like some gorgeous prints. I did also pop into Liberty London when I was in London with Charlotte the other day. I wanted to have a look at some of the Liberty prints and see if they did them like as cushion covers, but you do have to buy the like fabrics by themselves, and I am not skilled enough to create a cushion cover by myself, so that was out the window. But I just wanted to go and have a look at some of the gorgeous fabrics that they have there. I really am injecting a much more personalized, oldie worldy kind of vibe is what I'm wanting to add into the space. So yeah, if you have any interior recommendations, let me know. I am going to be doing a lot of research, a lot of online shopping, and a lot of mood boarding over the next couple of weeks. I realised I've not actually shown you today's outfit of the day. I've just had a couple of meetings and I was getting a little bit chilly as I was just sitting on my laptop, so I've just added my little Bowden cashmere cardigan, and I know I showed you this a few vlogs ago, but oh my goodness me, I absolutely love this. It's the perfect thing just for chucking on. I'm someone that gets really warm when I'm like walking about, I'm filming, I'm styling up, but as soon as I sit down for a long period of time, I get so chilly. So I've just chucked it over the top this gorgeous dress. It's like a little new look jumper dress, and it's got this little tie detail at the side, so it really cinches in your waist and is super flattering. And of course, to top the look up, I've got my UGG slippers that I got for Christmas, which are just the coziest thing in the world. I've got another couple of meetings to jump on today. It's a bit of an admin meeting heavy day, but after that I've got a couple of new bits to show you. later. Now, meetings have all been wrapped up. I had a really quick late lunch because my meetings ran over by quite a lot, so I quickly just made myself a quick little salad. I might actually take off this cardi now that I've been running around a little bit. I've gotten a little bit warm. Honestly, cashmere is just like the best thing that you can invest in terms of like a winter to spring wardrobe, like transitional pieces, because it keeps you so nice and snugly warm when you need it, but then as soon as you need to strip it off, you can take off the layers. But I have been doing a little bit of shopping at Karen Millen, and I thought I would show you what I picked up. And I really do feel like everything that I'm adding into my home at the moment, everything that I'm adding into like my wardrobe, my style, is really reflective of just the more countryside life that I'm living. Obviously I'm still going into London, I'm still able to have like meetings in London, days in London and things like that, but I love that kind of juxtaposition of like the country life to the kind of city life, and I really am adopting that country aesthetic with regards to home pieces, but also with regards to fashion. So I've got a couple of bits that I wanted to show you. It's just a small haul, a couple of pieces that I've had my eye on for a little while, and I decided now is the time to take the plunge and add them into my wardrobe. Oh my goodness me, I'm starting with probably the best item. I am just in love with this. This was the item that basically persuaded me to click buy. I'm the kind of person, I often like add things into my basket and I maybe like add things into a wish list, but it's usually one item that I feel like I can't live without. That is kind of like the catalyst to me making the order, and this trench coat was that catalyst. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And as we are heading towards spring, I am looking to add a few like lighter layers into my wardrobe, a few lighter coats, and I love a trench coat in spring. I feel like trench coats are the perfect transitional piece. In autumn and spring, I just live in them, and I thought this was just the most beautiful thing to add into my wardrobe. So it's this really gorgeous like white trench coat with this piping. It's got this brown leather piping running through it, and I just fell in love with it. It's got so many design details running down at the like double button detail. We've got like the pockets, the belt. This looks so much more expensive than Karen Millen. Like if you told me this was from Burberry, I would believe you. And I'm totally picturing this with like some brown riding boots, like a little brown crossbody bag. I think would look so gorgeous, and maybe a fedora. Oh, I just absolutely love that style at the moment. So this was the catalyst that made me click a buy with the order, and I have a feeling you guys are going to want to run, not walk, to pick this up, because it only dropped a couple of days ago and already a lot of sizes have sold out. So I'll link it down below if you do want to shop it, but I just thought this was such a gorgeous addition into my wardrobe. Okay, now this next item, I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of am a little bit disappointed. I'm going to have to see what it looks like on, but I kind of feel like there's been a bit of false advertising going on here. Now this is the gorgeous Lydia Millen tweed, gilet dress. I know it is called a dress on the website. I wonder if it says here. The Lydia Millen petite tweed belted midi dress. Now I know it says dress, but looking at how Lydia's wearing it, looking at how the model is wearing it, it comes like just below the bottom on them. So it's kind of like a longer line gilet jacket type thing, but it has arrived and it is so long. Like I even got it in petite, and I'm holding it up and it literally goes down past my knees. So this isn't exactly how I was expecting it to be, and not how it's kind of advertised online. So I'm going to have to try this on and see if we can make it work. So I was envisioning it as a really gorgeous little body warmer for spring, for like when I'm gardening and things like that. I definitely now realise why people love gilets when they garden, because I don't like having anything too bulky around my shoulders and arms. I like to have them quite free so I can like, you know, do all my potting, all my flowering, all my planting and things like that. And I thought this could be a perfect piece for gardening. Just start up with like a black roll neck, a pair of black leggings and my gardening boots. But it's arrived and it doesn't look how I expected it to, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Hopefully I'm going to be able to make it work, but I'm really unsure. I feel like online it just doesn't look anything like it does now that it's arrived. Oh my goodness me, this trench coat, this is one of the most beautiful coats I think I've ever tried on in my entire life. This is just absolutely stunning. Now I believe I picked it up from the petite section. I will leave it linked down below, but the length is actually a bit shorter than I was expecting, but I kind of like it. I feel like maybe not start up with the dress that I'm wearing. What might look really cute is some leggings and a jumper instead, because it's a little bit shorter than most of the trench coats that I have in my wardrobe, but it is just the most stunning material. I really love the material of this. It almost feels a little bit waxy, so I know it is white. I know that's probably not the most practical thing to go for, especially when you're out in the country, but I do feel like this waxy layer is going to protect it quite a lot, which I really, really like. Look at just the brown piping as well that we've got. It's just so gorgeous, like so many design details that I absolutely love. In terms of sizing, I picked it up in a 14. I always go up a size when it comes to Karen Millen coats, and I'm glad I did because it's even a little bit tight around the shoulders. I probably wouldn't want to go up anymore because then it wouldn't be as fitted and as beautiful, but I definitely would not have wanted to go true to size, so I would definitely recommend a sizing up in this. I can't wait to have it like fully belted as well. I think this is going to be so, so beautiful. I feel like this is a perfect like country to city kind of coat as well. I can totally imagine this for like meetings, if you're like running about London. I think it's just so beautiful. This is the kind of coat that I just want to live in spring. I need to unstitch the pockets. Oh no, wait, it's a button. Oh, there we go. I'm going to just live in this coat in spring. It's so, so gorgeous. I cannot wait to start styling this up properly. It is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the tweed gilet. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually like it a lot more on than I did on the hanger. When I saw it on the hanger, I was like, you know what, this is just not right. It's not how it looks online, but actually I do think now that I've got it on, I'm liking it a little bit more. I feel like the main takeaway with this is it looks better when it's undone and a little bit more open and relaxed, because it's such a structured, fitted fabric. It just kind of suits being a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more casual. I feel like because it's so tailored, but it's tweed, it's almost like a little bit of a juxtaposition of fabrics and kind of cuts, but I do quite like it undone and a little bit looser. In terms of the length though, it is just so much longer than it looks online, and this is the petite version. Like online it comes to there, it definitely does not come down this long. I double checked my order, I definitely ordered the right thing. But that being said, I do think I can make it work. Obviously, I'm just wearing it with the dress now, but I think with a pair of leggings underneath and a roll neck jumper, I do think this could be quite a cute look. So I am definitely going to keep it because I think it's quite a lovely one to be able to garden in. I don't have to worry about it getting muddy because it's obviously this like gorgeous, really dark tweed brown, which is just so gorgeous, and like a, not brown, green, which is really, really lovely. And I do love the like piping. It's got leather piping on it. I love the fabric, love the print, love the color. I'm just a little bit upset that it's longer than I thought, but I am still going to keep it because I do still quite like the look of it. So yeah, I think this is going to be one of my gardening outfits, my like weekends around Hampshire, kind of a gilet. I think it will be super practical for spring. I did size up in this as well. I got for a 14 in this because it is again from the petite section, and I always find Caramel and Petite is just so undersized compared to their normal range. So if you are looking to get this, then definitely size up. I'll also leave a link down below to Karen Millen's new in section because they have so many gorgeous spring pieces. They really are starting to bring out the new in season products. So have a little look, have a little browse, let me know what you will be picking up. But these two items I think have been great purchases for the coming season. My goodness me, it is quite a while later now. I feel like you can probably tell by my very tired eyes. I feel like they always just give the game away of me when it comes to getting into that evening slump. But it is currently about 5:15 and I cannot believe it is still light. It is still light. I've not had to turn the lights on and it's getting me so, so excited for spring. I really do feel like it is on its way. Even though it's been quite chilly recently over the last week or so, I do feel like the temperature's starting to come up a little bit. The days are getting a little bit longer and a little bit lighter, which makes me so, so excited. But we are just about to start making dinner. Alex and I have really made like a bit of a pact this year in terms of like dinner times to make sure that we are sitting down at dinner at about 6 o'clock is kind of our aim. 6:30 is usually the latest. Sometimes we'll push it to 7 depending on how busy a day we've had. But we try and make sure that we're sitting down for dinner at 6 because it just means that we get a little bit of a longer evening. We get to enjoy our evening a little bit more. It's also so much better for you to eat earlier. I know that a lot of people really like to have dinner a lot later, like 7:30, 8ish, but it's so bad for you to eat and then pretty much like go to bed straight away. And because we're normally in bed by about 9:30ish, I feel like the later we leave it, the kind of like less time our body has to digest the food. So we're really trying to make sure that we're eating by 6 o'clock. So at about 5:30, we try and shut laptops, like close work away, and then enjoy each other's company, cooking together, having a nice evening meal. So I'm going to go down and help him cook dinner in a minute, and I think it's definitely going to be cozy movie night on the new sofa tonight, which I am so looking forward to. I feel like getting like the new piece of furniture just gives you like a new lease of life with regards to that area. Like we have just been loving having movie nights now. I'm like every night I'm like, can we have a movie night on the sofa? It's so much comfier to just sit down and chill on than our old one was, and it's just the perfect setup to have a really cozy movie night. So I think it's going to be a nice yummy home cooked meal tonight and a movie on the sofa, and that is my favourite kind of evening. So I thought I'll quickly sign off the vlog before I get into my comfies, get my makeup off and get snuggled down for the evening. But I really hope you enjoyed seeing all of the new updates, coming around Hampshire with me a little bit. I always do want to show you more of Hampshire. Sometimes where it's going to get a little bit boring, but I guess I vlog my life, and I know that my life can be a little bit samey, and I'm kind of in and around the same areas a lot of the time, but I definitely want to show you more parts of Hampshire that I just absolutely love, go to every day, and just this kind of like new country life that I've been living ever since we moved down here in May. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.